Student, welcome to the online classes of chemistry. So today we will solve some problems. Let us see the problems in periodic table. So here first one, number 1, how would you justify the presence of 18 elements in the fifth period? In the fifth period of the periodic table. Look here, students. Here. So how would you justify the presence of 18 elements in the fifth period of the periodic table? We know how the classification takes place according to the periods. So here generally we know that first period n is equal to 1, it has 1s. Second period n is equal to 2, so we have 2s and 2p. And third period n is equal to 3, we have 3s and 3p. And n is equal to 4, so look here, so it is period, and here it is n is equal to 4, look here students, it is 4s, 4p, 3d, so 3d begins here. And then n is equal to 5, so it is 5s, 5p, 4d. So this is the answer here. Then how would you justify the presence of 18 elements in the fifth period? So we know that. So the number of elements in the period are twice the number of orbitals. ಇದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ದ ಡಬಲ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನದಲ್ಲ 1s ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೀಲಿಯಂ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ದಾಗ 2s ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 2p ಅದ, 4 ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅದಾವೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು. 4 ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬಂದು 2p ಅಂದರೆ 3, px py pz, ಇಲ್ಲಿ s ಒಂದು 3 + 1 4, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 8 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಏನದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ 8 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 + 5 3 8 9 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 p ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅದಾವು, 5 d ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅದಾವು, 1 s ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ 9 ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ 18 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ವಶನಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ? the number of elements are twice the number of orbitals in a period. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನದಲ್ಲ 9 ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ, 18 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ 18 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ 18 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. When n is equal to 5, look here, when n is equal to 5, it is 5s, 5p, 4d, look here. Then what is L value? Then L is equal to 0, 1, 2. L is equal to 0 means s orbital, L is equal to 1 means p orbital, L is equal to 2 means d orbital. So here it is 0, 1 and 2. So therefore here the number of the available orbitals, are, so how many orbitals are available here? The available orbitals are, so how many orbitals here? So look here students, here 5s has 1 orbital, and then next 4d 5 orbitals, that is dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square, and then 5p has 3 orbitals. Means here it is 5, 1 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 9 orbitals are possible. So when 9 orbitals are there, so the total number of orbitals are 9. So therefore the maximum number of electrons are number of elements are 18, twice the number of orbitals. So here the maximum number of elements are 18. So therefore, so here we can justify by using this formula. So it is the answer, and here it has 18 electrons. Then second one, the element Z is equal to 117. Z means atomic number. Z means atomic number, and 120. The elements Z is equal to 117 and 120 have not yet been discovered. Have not yet been discovered in which family or group, in which family or group would you place the elements and also give the electronic configurations in each case. Look here students, so very simple here. So what to do here? So here first, look here, first our question, what is the question main here? The elements Z is equal to atomic number 117 and 120 have not yet been discovered. In which family or group would you place the elements? And also give the electronic configuration. Which family means like this, that is noble gas or halogens or alkali metal or alkaline earth metal, chalcogens, like this. So here first we have to know that, look here, the periodic table contains 1 to 18, 13, so it is 3 to 12, and here again it is 13 to 18. Look here, this is our periodic table. Look here. So here it is first group, second group, and here it is S block, D block, and it is P block. Look here students, Z is equal to 117. 117 means if you go 1 to 18 here, 1 to 18 here, so 1 to 18, 117 means here, that is the side of this is called as halogens. The 17th group elements are called as halogens. So therefore here it is 117 means it belongs to halogen family. Then what is the general electronic configuration of halogen? We know that halogens are having, for example I will show here, fluorine is equal to 1s2 2s2 2p5, and chlorine is equal to 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p5. Look here students, here the p orbital contains 5 electrons. All the halogens are having, that is 5 electrons in the p orbital. Means this 117 belongs to halogen group, and its electronic configuration must be p5. Then what about this 120? 120, look here, after 117 it is 118, 118 it is 119, it is 120, means alkaline earth metals. Look here students, 117 halogen, 118 noble gases, 119 alkali metals, 120. So alkaline earth metals, these have electronic configuration NS2. n raised to 2 means it must have ns2. So therefore here I will write, here look here I will write, so when z is equal to 117, it belongs to it belongs to halogen family. ಇದು halogen ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತದೆ. 117 it belongs to halogen family. ಆಯಿತು. And halogen family means its electronic configuration. What is its electronic configuration? So 117 means last element here. So 11 that is 18. 117 is there. And here in halogen, so we know that fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and then astatine. And after this you have that is another electronic configuration. So it is, you may also take another, that is radium or radon. Radon is there. And if you take radon, so its electronic configuration you may write ns raised to 2 and np raised to 5. It is general electronic configuration. So it is a general electronic configuration. So therefore we may write that is this radon is equal to electronic configuration. Here from this you may write 5f14 and 6d10. Look here, 5f14, 6d10, 7s2 and then 7p5. It is the electronic configuration. 117 belongs to halogen family and its electronic configuration is like this. Then when z is equal to 120, it belongs to alkaline earth metal. It belongs to alkaline earth metal and its electronic configuration. Look here students, electronic configuration. So we know that last one is UUO, unoctium. So unoctium. Then you have to write S2. So it is S2 means you have to write that is 8S2. 8S2, or you may also write that is this radon is equal to here from beginning. So 5f14, then 6d10, then here 7s2, 7p6, 8s2, like this. You may write this also here. It is how to that is group them. If you know the idea of periodic table, you can solve this easily. Then third one, considering atomic number and position in the periodic table. Position in the periodic table, arrange the following elements. Arrange the following elements in the increasing order. In the increasing order. In the increasing order of in the increasing order of metallic character. In the increasing order of metallic character: silicon, beryllium, magnesium, sodium, phosphorus. Look here. Look here, students. Considering the atomic number and position in the periodic table, arrange the following elements in the increasing order of their metallic character. So look here, we know that silicon. Here I will write this first. I will write this. Look here, beryllium. Its atomic number is 4. And then after this, that is atomic number element. Then after beryllium comes sodium, Na, its atomic number is 11. Magnesium, its atomic number is 12. And then here silicon, atomic number is 14, and phosphorus, atomic number is 15. Look here, students. Here I arranged according to the increasing order of their atomic number. But here we know beryllium, sodium and magnesium are the metals. These are the metals. And silicon and phosphorus are the non-metals. These are non-metals. And these are metals. Then the question is that position in the periodic table, arrange the following elements in the increasing order of their metallic character. So in the metallic character, increasing order. So increasing order means, look here, silicon is a non-metal. Silicon is a non-metal. And after this, that is, we have another one. So which is that silicon, after that is R. So here if you go like this, first you will come phosphorus. Phosphorus less than silicon, and after this. So both are non-metal. Both are non-metal. And then beryllium, and then magnesium, and then sodium. So look here, students, sodium is the metal, most important metal. So here it is the increasing order of the metallic character. So metallic character goes on, increases here. So this is the answer here. Then next one. Then the fourth one. Which of the following species will have largest and the smallest size Mg, Mg2 plus, Al and Al3 plus. Look here, students. Here he has given two metals and two metal ions, and though metal ions are isoelectronic, so we know that here number one, we know that. So what are the important point here? We know that atomic radius decreases along the period. Number one, we know it decreases along the period. Second one, cations are smaller than the parent or than the neutral atom. And the third one, we know that the isoelectronic ions, in isoelectronic ions, so the species which is having larger positive value, a larger positive charge, have a smaller radius. In isoelectronic species, the ion or the one with larger charge or larger positive charge has smaller radius, will have smaller radius. Look here, by covering these 3 points, we know here this magnesium, look here, magnesium and then aluminum, so 12, 13 atomic number, and after this we have that is Mg2 plus and Al3 plus. So therefore here if you go along the group, across the period, so that is the atomic radius goes on decreases, means here it is more, it is less. So then what is the answer here? The largest species, look here, the largest, which of the species have largest and smallest size? Magnesium, because magnesium comes first, magnesium, aluminum, and we know that the atomic radius decreases along the period, and here it is larger, it is smaller, so Mg. And then among these two, Mg2 plus and Al3 plus, we know that here third one, in isoelectronic species, the one with larger charge will have smaller radius, the smallest size. Al3 plus, it is the answer here. You may also write Mg, Al, Mg2 plus and Al3 plus. It is the answer here. Then the first ionization value for third period of third period elements, sodium, magnesium and silicon are 496, 737 and 786 kilojoules per mole. Predict whether the first ionization enthalpy value of Al, aluminum will be more close to 575 kilojoules per mole or 760 kilojoules per mole. Justify your answer. Look here. Here it is more close to 575 kilojoules per mole. Why? Look here students, and here aluminum 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. Look here 13. So here the 3s orbitals are shielded, the 3p orbitals are shielded by 3s. So therefore here we have that is a sodium it is 496, and after that magnesium 737, and magnesium has completely filled orbitals 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Look here. And after 3s2, 3p1 is there. So due to this reason, it is close to 575 kilojoules per mole. So remember, this is 1, and here it is an option here. So you may solve this also. And here this aluminum has, that is shielded, the 3p orbitals of aluminum are shielded by 3s. So therefore you can solve like this also. So here it is one option. Then next one. Which of the following will have the most negative electron gain enthalpy? Most negative electron gain enthalpy, and which is the least negative? Least negative. That is given element: phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, fluorine. Look here, students. Here, phosphorus first 15. So it is 16, 17, 18. Atomic number is also like this: 15, 16, 17, 18. So which will have? Following will have the most negative electron gain enthalpy, and which is the least? We know that fluorine is the most electronegative. Fluorine is the most electronegative. So we know this answer here. So then here, how this will be arranged and how this will be answered? Look here. The electron gain enthalpy is more negative along the period. The electron gain enthalpy is more negative along the period. So it is more negative along the period. So it is one of the important point here. More negative along the period. So then less negative down the group, and less negative down the group. Look here, students. So less negative down the group. Then which one is right here? Look here. So here the electron gain enthalpy is more negative along the period. So along the period means it comes last, and here it comes least. So phosphorus is the least, and fluorine is the more. So answer is here. Answer itself he has given. So you have to write only the element with most electronegative, the element with most negative electron gain enthalpy, fluorine. It is the fluorine. So it is a fluorine. Is it right? No. Why it is not right? As I already explained, in case of fluorine and chlorine, the 2p and 3p, because here due to the smallest size, interelectronic repulsion takes place. Inter-electronic repulsion takes place. But according to electronic gain, enthalpy is more negative. Along the period means the fluorine must come. But here the fluorine answer is wrong. Because as I already explained in theory that when the electron enter into the 2p orbital, electron gain enthalpy means it takes the electron, so the inter-electronic repulsion takes place. And due to this inter-electronic repulsion, here fluorine is less electronegative as compared to that of chlorine. So our answer is here, look here, our answer is chlorine. It is near about minus 349 kilojoules per mole. It is minus 349 kilojoules per mole. But here this fluorine is, that is minus 328, like this. So then least electronegative, here it is the one. The element with least negative electron gain enthalpy is equal to phosphorus. So you must know it, students, because here according to this, that is here it is 3p, here it is 2p. So 2p and 3p differences are there. So 2p inter-electron repulsion takes place, and in chlorine the size is larger. So therefore here it is fluorine is minus 328 and chlorine is minus 349 kilojoules per mole. So this is the difference here. Then look here, the next one. Using periodic table, predict the formulas of the compounds which might be formed by the following pairs of elements. Number 1, silicon and bromine. Second one, aluminum and sulfur. Look here. Here, number 1, silicon, it belongs to 14th group, hence its valency is 4. Look here, silicon, its valency is 4. So it belongs to 14th group. Its valency is 4. Then bromine, it belongs to, look here, halogen group, 17th group. Bromine belongs to 17th group. 17th group. So hence its valency is 1. Halogens are having valency 1. So its formula is silicon, then it is bromine. Look here, it is SiB4, because silicon has 4 and it is 1 and it is Si plus 1, and then that is minus, like this, SiB4. And similarly, second one, aluminum, it belongs to 13th group. Its valency is 3. And then sulfur, it belongs to, look here students, it belongs to oxygen family. So sulfur means it belongs to 16th group. Its valency is 2. Then what is formula? Its formula is right here, aluminum sulfide. So plus 3 it goes here and 2 it goes here, Al2S3. It is Al2S3, aluminum sulfide. So then the last one. Are the oxidation state, and covalency of aluminum in AlCl H2O 5 plus 2 same? He asked. The oxidation state and covalency of aluminum is same? No. Answer is no. So the oxidation state of Al is plus 3. The oxidation state of Al is plus 3. Then what is its covalency? And its covalency is 6. 5 plus 1, 6. 5 H2O 5, this Cl is 6. Its covalency is 6. It is the answer. Then students, show by a chemical reaction. Show by a chemical reaction with water that Na2O is basic oxide. And Cl2O7 is acidic oxide. Look here students, very simple. Number 1, I will write Na2O plus H2O. So here it gives 2NaOH. It is a strong base, sodium hydroxide. And then second one, Cl2O7 plus H2O. It gives 2HClO4, perchloric acid, strong acid. It is a perchloric acid. A strong acid. And these can be identified easily by using litmus paper. By using a litmus paper. So student, I have completed all the problems which is present in periodic table, which are given in the periodic table. So therefore here if you have any doubt, so you may ask in the group. At any time. And here I will show last one, that is how to remember the periodic trends. I will show in brief. Look here. First you write ionization enthalpy. Look here students, ionization enthalpy, it increases along the period. ionization enthalpy. This means the direction means increases. This direction means increases along the period. Along the period. And after ionization enthalpy, you have electron gain enthalpy. It also increases. Look here, electron gain enthalpy. And then ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, and another one is electronegativity. Look here, these three goes on increases along the period. And then what decreases? Atomic radius increases down the group. Atomic radius increases down the group, this one. Then remember the metallic character, non-metallic character. It also increases along the period. And if you come reverse, that is metallic. You remember this much only, it is enough. It is enough. So non-metallic character increases along the period, and all these along the period, and down the group atomic radius. And if you want further more, then you write that is a metallic character. Look here, it is in reverse manner. Metallic character in reverse manner. And all those three in a reverse manner. You write all those three. Look here, you write first ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, and electronegativity. So all these increases from top to bottom. So it is the shortcut. So student, if you have any doubt, you may ask in the group at any time. So thank you so much for your cooperation. So here I have completed this periodic table topic. So thank you.